You are the only one who had warm up outside.
Yeah, I was thinking it's not so smart because of the eyes. Eyes. When you have too much sun in the eyes, you have like you are tired or something. But I think I need the sun just to have a good mood, and I'm directly into the weightlifting session. I just thought about like 2 years ago I would have been like nervous about it, but today I'm really excited because I want to learn, I want to grow, I want to get better. And here are so many good, great athletes, and I think I can learn a lot here. So I will just soak everything up and yeah, have a good time for sure.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Okay guys, is everyone here? Okay, firstly, welcome to those guys who travelled in. This is also my first time meeting some of you, so I'm John. As we go through the week, you guys will get to know each other more. And we're going to be easing into this week. You know, majority of you guys have qualified for semi-finals, which back in the day was regionals, and it's a huge mark in like a CrossFit athlete's career getting to that stage. So congratulations. And really what this camp is about is identifying and really what this camp is about doing is making sure that we are as prepped as possible for semi-finals, and we'll be able to identify some things that, you know, from this week's camp that we can work on over the next month or 2 months, depending on when your semi-final will be, which I believe you guys in theory should find out today. So that will also help move things along. Everyone monitor set, down from a distance. Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's go.
I have to correct my answer. It's 5K, 5K, 5K. From not running in B-ball, it's this shit.
You told me machines were your jam.
Normally I do like 60-minute AMRAP, 40 calorie on the full runner and 40 calorie row, for example. But nothing like long things like this. But thank you very much, I know what I have to work with.
How funny, Chris. Okay guys, monitor set up.
The duration we do with CrossFit isn't justifying like taking intra-workout jobs. When it's just like a 20-minute AMRAP, it won't make a difference. But when it's something like 60 minutes plus, it could really be like a game changer. Especially like seeing like the drop off in pace in the second round. A lot of athletes had a really hard time with it, and it could be something that it's like attributed.
It's not like it's like everyone is like, oh my god, like this is crazy session. It's not like they're also going so often like 90 minutes.
Yeah.
This is like an exceptional long.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Is it best to drink them?
Yeah, I would say so. Then they like digest it faster. The marathon runners do it like with the gels because they don't want to take up too much fluid, because then you're in a bad spot as well if you take up too much fluid, especially if it's not like isotonic, if the body can't really like do with it, anything with it. So yeah, hydration and like carbohydrates become really important as soon as the sessions go so long. But like Christoph said, that's not something you do on a regular basis with CrossFit. It's more important for like endurance training.
This is like I remember a couple of times.
Yeah.
In
But
a
I think
year maybe, or
yeah.
like.
I think that there could be like some instances where you do just a really long training session, where you go for like 2 hours or 2.5 hours, even with rest in between. But even if the training is like very glycolytic, so you do like mostly like interval stuff and 2 to 4 minute stuff, there it could be helpful as well to ingest some carbohydrate and even some protein. It can have like a positive effect.
Yeah, so just need one more bar and 200. What are you doing? Have you got the 5s on? Just do 15s. Yeah. Yeah, leave it like that. One deadlift as quick as possible. As soon as they're finished, partner 2 comes in. 121, and that's our work to rest ratio. So you'll be resting completely while the other's working. We go 4 rounds. Any questions? No? So let's get partner 1 by far.
Vale. I got problems on problems on problems on problems on problems on problems. I solve them. I run through the money. The pressure be calling. Left on my blessings. I feel like I'm falling. The birdie is back. Tell me I'm garbage. I'm going through something. That's why I ain't calling. Phone in progression. It's all that I wanted. A phone in affection. I summon and dub it. Why you be all in my line about nothing? Why won't you go get you $1 or something? Don't hang with a who line for nothing. I see that we different. You riding. I double. I don't do discussions on bragging about hundreds. Don't go to your places. I know that they sunken. Don't call me your brother. I barely could trust you. I talked to a shorty. She bagging the bucket. And I'ma need all of my dollars on corporate source.
I get told I need to be better at complimenting, so great job. No, but you guys are well, eh? One of the big things, like in a simple movement like a burpee, is so, like you see in the open, so many athletes can do them, quickly, and therefore that speed of movement becomes very important, you know? Even in something like 20 reps, if you can gain a couple of seconds, back to the bar, it does make a difference in competition. Say a workout like this is to come up at regionals, you know, which there's no question why it couldn't do. Those speed of reps become crucial. Moving over the bar, staying low, making sure you're efficient. And you guys really have to put in the work to fine tweak that, you know. It's not just about, with a simple movement, it's not just about getting through the work, it's about getting through it very efficiently. And burpees, air squats, toe bars, handstand walks. It's no longer about doing them on rope, it's about doing them quickly and going through. So you guys have to start learning how to move in that way. So the next thing we're coming on to the handstand walk sprints. We're going to do 5 times 20 meters. How it's going to work, we're going to team to 3. You're going to do up 10 meters, back 10 meters, partner 2, up 10 meters back, partner 3, up and back, for 100 meters. Yeah? Brace yourself, I'm going to demo. Yeah.
It's not easy to do training.
No,
What we have to do with the handstand walk.
We have like 25 meters.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like 4 times. Like one of the different courses, but it's for fitness.
Oh, we have to do 100 meters. So tight. That's okay. Yeah.
What are your thoughts on hand positioning?
So I think in order to keep the momentum, you have to turn your hands out. The trouble is, if your hands are facing this way, you always have to go over the wrist each time. It's like another joint to get through. So I actually think creating stability with the hands out would be very beneficial because it makes it easier to go forward.
Was it more grippy or more about like abs?
It was the core for me actually, like compression strength at the top. It got grippy as well, but it was that last compression strength that started getting hard, you know, when you're starting to kick everywhere to try to hit the bar.
Do you feel like the down-ups affected you? Maybe like your hip flexors or?
Yeah, like I got surprised actually, because I realized I need to keep my core tight on the down-ups as well. So you didn't really get to relax the core as such.
How did you break it up?
40 and then 20. So 40 and then 4 sets of 20.
Allah, was that more core or more grip for you?
Mostly grip for me.
How did you break them up?
I can't really exactly remember the reps because I went by feel a lot.
Okay, and so you didn't have a plan going in, you just by feel from the start?
Plan was like big sets, but keep a couple reps in the tank.
Okay. John.
Fuck. I'm fucking hot right now.
Would you like to tell me more about this shirt you're wearing?
Oh, this
looks like an epic shirt.
was from my man, represent Tom Oldham Photography. But we did a shoot in Iceland, actually, when Solveig was young. She was also on that shoot. This is a photo. This is actually from Björkman's gym.
Do you remember this shoot?
The shot, yeah. This is our first meeting together.
I was you were young.
I was still young.
Solo was young.
And skinny.
And skinny. I don't think that's true.
Oh my god.
No, she was. We've actually got a photo of her in the bathroom.
Well, that's
It's a bit weird.
that's a bit interesting.
I'm in a bikini as well.
With another Icelandic girl. Okay. Getting here was a bit more of a mission. So this is the Velodrome. Bit of history. I once competed here a lot of time ago with young Axel, David Crespo as well. Anyway, so we're going to be going through some drills. There are various different styles of running. The type of style we're going to do is something called pose method. The reason we use pose method, we find it tends to be more efficient over longer distances, mid to long distances. So really, once you start getting over the really 400 meters, depending on your level of running, 800 meters, this is kind of the style we switch to because we believe it's very efficient, especially throughout CrossFit workouts. So we shouldn't be heel striking. Get out of. You can see the.
How many of you guys are wearing sunscreen?
None.
None.
I've got a song you can put over the top of this edit.
John, do you have any thoughts on them not wearing sunscreen?
I don't think it's
Wise.
Especially old Solveig.
I'm wearing sunscreen.
Responsible.
50. Not on my legs though, but I don't know.
Have to bring some tan home.
No, you're not wearing sunscreen. Me? No, I didn't really think about it. It's in my suitcase. So,
Yeah, okay.
And we get.
It's gonna burn.
Yeah, we need to
Because I'm English.
get some sunscreen.
Yeah, we still have some left in the tube. You can take some.
100 second distance, 200. So what's going to happen? You guys are going to run 800. At 5 minutes, you're then going to run the 200. We're going to have a break, repeat, and we're going to be repeating that 5 times. Yeah. So we're 5k distance in total. What we want to be focusing on today is you want to be holding like a steady, consistent pace through the 800. So if we're using the RPE scale, we're looking at in and around 7. The 200 meter run, we're going to be pushing the pace. We're going to be trying to hold in and around RPE 8 or 9. I'm going to be calling out times. Obviously there's so many, it's hard to get that, but we want to try and stay consistent in our timings through. That means not going out too soft in the first round, not going out too hard in the first round. We should be having a good idea of these splits. For us, we tend to use the 400 meter split quite a lot to gauge our paces, and so you should be able to base roughly where you are off that and be knowing your times.
Predictions on how bad this is gonna be? Okay, I think that was expensive enough.
The next 600, I pay.
Yeah.
Is there any competition out there?
Everywhere. Life is a fucking competition, huh? Se voy a hacer 200, unos 200 más. Y chao, no me deseo. Parto guay.
One second, this.
Okay guys, I'm going to ask a question. What was the RPE supposed to be?
7.
What RPE did that feel like?
Cheers.
Ella, you have anything to say
What was
about
the question?
what was the RPE supposed to be?
7, I think.
How did that feel?
It was more than a 7.
What was going through your head through the intervals? Like, do you think something to motivate yourself to keep pushing?
I just for like one lap at a time, and yeah, I didn't think about it. Just trying to.
That's actually a good strat. Don't think, just do.
Yeah.
Here my legs started to be so heavy.
And even if it's just 100 meters left here, or like 50 meters, we still can't keep up.
I grew really fast in like the last 2, 3, 4, 800.
I think I'm quite okay when I found this uncomfortable pace. I think I'm very good at stick to it for a long time.
Yeah, you were
like,
really.
I couldn't go faster for it. Maybe I could, but like not for rounds, I guess.
Do you guys have some thoughts on the RPE of the workout?
7.
7. Definitely look like a 7.
I don't agree with this.
Julie, what were you thinking during laps to keep you going?
It's just like don't let anyone from the other group. I think maybe Gabby almost caught me in the end.
Are you guys excited about swimming tomorrow?
Me?
Yeah.
Always.
That's the right answer.
Christoph is a good swimmer. Christoph is a good swimmer.
Ah, trust him. I'll take your word. I think it's a pretty good word.
Yes.
Are you excited for swimming tomorrow?
Maybe not excited, but at least I'm not
because I have
like upset about swimming anymore.
Have you been practicing?
Yes, a lot.
Getting those laps in.
Exactly. Back and forward, back and forward.